Did you know? There are ancient books that were quoted by famous historical and religious texts, but then just disappeared. Or, at least, they were left out of the final versions we read today. It's like finding a movie review that quotes a scene, but when you watch the movie, that scene is completely gone. One of the most famous examples is the book of Joshua. It's mentioned twice in the Old Testament. Once in the book of Joshua, where it's referenced for a poem about the sun and moon standing still during a battle, and again in 2 Samuel, linked to David's lament over Saul and Jonathan. So, important figures were clearly familiar with it, and they considered it a credible source worth quoting. But when you look for the book of Joshua in a standard Bible, it's not there. What was in it? Why was it so important then, but left out later? Then there's the Book of the Wars of the Lord, mentioned in the Book of Numbers. It sounds like an epic military history, right? The text references it as if the reader would know exactly what it is, suggesting it was a well-known and respected work. It likely contained detailed accounts of ancient Israel's battles and victories. Imagine all the stories, strategies, and historical details that might be locked away in that lost volume. We have the reference, a single breadcrumb, but the rest of the trail has gone cold. It doesn't stop there. The New Testament also has these intriguing moments. The Apostle Paul, in his letter to the Corinthians, mentions a previous letter he wrote to them that we don't have. He says, "I wrote to you in my letter not to associate with certain people." This implies there's a missing letter, a lost epistle to the Corinthians. What else did it say? What guidance did it contain that we've never seen? Even more mysterious is a quote from a figure named Enoch. The Book of Jude directly quotes the Book of Enoch, attributing a prophecy to Enoch, the seventh from Adam. For centuries, the Book of Enoch was thought to be completely lost, known only through this one reference. Then, in the 18th century, copies were rediscovered in Ethiopia, where it had been preserved all along. It's a massive text filled with visions of heaven, angels, demons, and prophecies about the end of the world. So why were these books and others like them left out? The reasons are complex. Some may have been lost to time, fire, or conquest. Others were excluded during councils, where leaders decided which texts were divinely inspired and which were not. They looked for things like authorship, consistency, and widespread use in communities. Books like Enoch were sometimes considered too strange or too focused on mystical visions to be included in the mainstream canon, a mess, and the missing chapters in these rediscovered texts might just explain why. It is a fascinating puzzle that shows our most sacred and ancient texts are part of a much larger and partially lost library of human thought. What other secrets are still out there, waiting to be found? Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy exploring hidden history, be sure to subscribe for more.